Hello, welcome to another episode of Executive Suite. We're here today with Kishawna Peck from Woven, which is a great organization that I believe is something she can explain better than me. Kishawna, can you please go ahead and tell us all about it?
Thanks so much for having me. Woven is a community for women building data and AI confidence. We've been around since 2018. We held the first conference for women in data science in Canada. We have a membership, we have events and conferences, we have a job board, and we also have really strong strategic partnerships, like, for example, with RBC, with CFAR, with Misplay, Northeastern University, that they're either looking to hire or they're looking to have more students in their programs or have their students involved in the programs that we have.
Okay, so can you talk about the programs you have? What are they like? There's some. I looked on your website and it looks like you have meetings in different cities. Can you elaborate on that?
So we have our data nights. So currently we're doing them in Toronto, Montreal, Edmonton, and Vancouver. So we choose a specific theme on AI. So for example, the one we have coming up in September is on AI agents. There's a crash course on the topic, and then there's discussion zones that you can go to either on business, technical, and ethics. So then that way we get the audience to participate in the conversations. We also have our annual conference that's every year in May. So next year will be our ninth conference. So there's three different streams. There's leadership, business, and technical topics. So that's a full day conference. And we also have our membership, which has two tiers, basic and pro. So our data membership has access to our learning lab, which has different monthly challenges for AI, and our build with me's that are 4-week projects in order to build something end to end. And our pro membership is more for those looking to step into AI leadership. And it has monthly coaching, it has toolkits for AI leaders.
Okay, so when Woven was started in 2014, AI wasn't really a big topic. When did you shift to become focused on AI and data?
hmm so we started in 2018.
Oh,
We
2018,
always
sorry.
Yeah, we always started with the data. So our
Hmm.
initial conferences were around data science and data, and a lot of the topics are transferable to AI, or we were talking about AI before it became more mainstream.
Okay. Um, Now, these conferences, do you have to be a member to attend?
No, anyone can attend.
Anyone can attend.
Yeah.
So, I have a adult daughter who's taking computer science at university, and if she wanted to attend one of these conferences,
hmm
she can just show up. Like, how do
Yeah,
you
she
do
can
it? You
just
have to
show up.
register, or
Yeah,
just show?
they have to register. So on our
Hmm.
website, joinwoven.com/events, you're able to see all of the events that we have. And I think you're on the West Coast.
I'm in Vancouver.
Yeah, so we have an event in Vancouver in October on computer vision. So that's how AI is able to like see. So she would be able to attend that data night. So she would see the crash course and also be able to participate in the discussions.
Yeah, but she does. Well, her university's not in Vancouver though; it's in
Oh,
Montreal.
oh,
So I did mention that. But and you're headquartered in Toronto, I gather.
yes, we are.
Yeah. And where's your annual conference going to be?
Our annual conference is in Toronto.
Is it always in Toronto, or do you rotate it to
It's
different
always
cities?
in Toronto. I haven't seen a reason to rotate it yet, but
Okay.
if there's somewhere else in the country that is more
Yeah.
interested, I would love to hear about it.
And when did you say the annual conference is coming on?
May 7th, 2026.
May 7th, 2026. Now, is that something that if somebody is in the job market, or they're currently like a third, fourth year student and they figure they're going to be looking for a job soon, or co-op placements, is that a good place for them to go?
Yes, I would say that's a good place for them to go. The timing with May would probably help them with maybe like September co-ops, for example, but our partners are hiring for early talent and experienced talent as well.
Okay. Now, the kind of people that, if you attend one of these, that you're going to meet, what kind of people are going to this? Are they management? Are they software developers? Students? Can you
So
tell me
as
about
far
that?
as experience level, we are pretty balanced. So we used to be like very much like mid level, like 3 to 5 years, but we're actually very balanced now. And students actually used to like never show up, but they are showing up now, so that's good news. And
Hmm.
they usually hold positions like data scientist, machine learning engineer, AI engineers, software engineers. Those are the main roles. We do have some product managers that also work in data and AI that attend as well, and some in leadership that are looking more to stack their expertise, so their domain expertise with AI. So we're seeing more people attend that are in like marketing, for example, or like customer success, because they're trying to understand how they would be able to stack their current expertise with AI.
Right. Which is a good idea.
Mhm.
Um, now my other question was: are these meetings all work, or there's some socializing going on?
So there's a lot of socializing.
Hmm.
So we make it balanced. We leave enough time for networking. So a lot of attendees that attend, they actually are able to secure roles through the networking. So as you know, there's like an influx of applications. You can literally create something right now to apply on to roles on your behalf. So I imagine recruiters are dealing with a lot of that right now. So the face to face connection is really helpful at our events because it helps bypass that. So at least if you are applying to a role, you're able to get some form of referral or you know someone at the company.
Right. And it's, people also want to have some fun in their lives too, I
Mhm.
guess, right? So you go out to a bistro afterwards or something like that.
Well, at our
Um,
conference, we
mhm.
actually had game tables. So we were playing Uno. Yeah, we were playing Uno. We had giant Jenga. We had we had a whole bunch of games set up for the breaks. So
Okay.
we definitely leave time for fun.
Do you know anything about the federal immigration program called Global Talent Stream?
No, I don't. Would you like to tell me
No? Okay. I'm bringing it up because if a high tech employer wants to hire someone, let's say they hired a graduate on who's on like a postgraduate work permit, and they decide they'd like to keep this person,
more? Hmm.
they can get a 3 year work visa for them. They can extend that for another 3 years. And they can get it on an expedited basis through the global talent stream. So instead of having to wait um, 250 days, they might get it in 75 days, for example. And everything's expedited, including the uh, labor market impact analysis. That's expedited as well. That gets processed in about 5 days. And you don't have to prove that you advertised the job and interviewed people and tried to hire a Canadian. Okay, now it's only for these IT categories that are listed in the regulation,
Hmm.
like software developer, web app developer, electrical engineer, that sort of thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, the quid pro quo is that the employer, in order to get this access to this program and the expedited review, is that they have to have something called a labor market benefits plan that has activities that are going to benefit the Canadian labor market and it's going to benefit Canadians and permanent residents, one or the other, who are currently employed with the company. And one of the activities that they allow is if you do something to promote an underrepresented group in your industry, right?
Oh.
So women are sort of like an obvious underrepresented group in that industry. And so you can, for example, pay for your female tech employees to go to conferences to attend these training days that you have, these sessions that you have, and that sort of thing. And that would actually count as an activity. And
Okay.
it wouldn't really cost the company very much money, I
Hmm.
don't think, right? So it's something that's affordable doesn't really interfere, and at the same time your employees learning something about all of these different topics that you're discussing, right? So I was thinking that woven could actually be one of the activities. So there's a mandatory training activity, and then you have to have two other activities that are, um, two or three other activities that are ones that you can choose from a list, and that's one of them. And I don't think it's particularly onerous, and I think it's something that um, I would like to promote to my clients actually, because it sounds like it's pretty easy to do, right? Like
Mhm.
join this organization, attend the occasional um, event, and you can actually weave into that mentorship, for
Mhm.
example. So if you have a woman executive, she can sort of mentor a female co-op student or a new hire or whatever, and attend these luncheons or whatever it is with them. um, are did you say they're all day sessions, the
Um,
training sessions?
the conference is all day. The
Hmm.
data nights are like
Yeah.
3 hours, so they're from like 6 to 9 in the evenings.
So it's actually outside of work hours, so it doesn't
Yeah,
even
we have some that are
interfere.
like in work hours, and we have
Yeah.
some that are outside.
Okay, and so they don't even interfere if you go to an evening one. And I'm assuming that these are led by people who are experts in their field.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay. Um, is it now, if people want to find out more about your organization, they go to joinwoven.com,
Yep.
right? And I saw you have corporate memberships. Can you explain what that's all about?
So we have corporate offerings. So, for
Hmm.
example, we have sponsorship of our events and programs. So that
Hmm.
would be like if you wanted to exhibit or speak at one of our events. We also do corporate training for AI. So in Canada, there's actually like a 50% reimbursement on AI training. So we provide that training. And we also do like speaking opportunities. So if there was like workshops that need to be done, or if you need a keynote, we provide that as well.
Hmm. Do you know much about the reimbursement program for this training?
Yeah, so it's actually a simple form. It's through Scale AI. So you fill out the form, you say what kind of training that you would be looking for, and then they approve it and reimburse you 50% of the cost up until I think it's 80,000 or $100,000.
Wow, that's really good. There are also provincial programs they're actually joint federal provincial programs
Hmm.
for training. Like in Ontario, you can get 75% reimbursement. I don't think you're allowed to apply for two at the same time. You got
Probably
to pick one or the other, right? So, and in British Columbia, you can get 80% reimbursement up
not.
to $300,000 a year for various training programs. So you've got people who have they've applied for reimbursement and they've gotten that for the programs that you're offering. Then that's good. Okay. Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about?
Not necessarily. We are looking for speakers for our 2026 conference.
Hmm.
So if you're interested in that, you can reach out to us. And yeah, I just hope to see you all at a future event.
Yeah. Well, I hope so too. And thanks for the work that you're doing. I think it's important. I didn't see any other, when I was searching for something like this, I didn't really see anyone else doing what you're doing. Are you the only one in Canada who's doing this sort of thing?
Absolutely not.
No?
There are definitely there's definitely more women in AI organizations that are popping up,
Hmm.
which I think is great because I think we all provide like a different angle, and because there's only 22% of women that are in AI, it's very important that there are more like supports. But I'm definitely not the only one. There's others. I
Hmm.
was the first to have a conference for women in data, though.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And well, it looks like you've got the most staying power too. There's
Oh, thank
some
you.
organizations kind of they pop up and then they disappear, and you look at their website and everything looks out of date, and you're not sure if
Yeah.
they're still around.
Sometimes a lot of the organizations are powered by volunteers, right?
Sure.
So
Hmm.
sometimes that's harder to sustain.
Yes.
So we aren't powered by volunteers. We have a small team. But sometimes when the organizations are like moved by volunteers or they're really heavily dependent on grant funding, it's hard for them to continue the work, especially when some of the politics change, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds great. It sounds like this might be a good place to wrap up this episode. Thank you again for coming on and sharing with us. And thanks for the work that you're doing. I'm going to definitely ask my daughter to watch this episode and look out for your next event in Montreal. I think it would be really good for her to attend that. Um, and thanks everyone for watching. If you've enjoyed this episode, that's great. Hit the like button and subscribe. I'll talk to you later. Bye for now.
Thanks for having me.